right, we are here today to talk RPOs, specifically one set of RPOs that the Packers rarely run, they rarely throw. We're looking at the 3 instances this past year that they actually throw. And yes, I'm talking about the glance routes. So this is something the Packers don't do a whole lot. I've got this tagged as glance. So what this is instead of what the Packers will typically run RPOs is a horizontal look. You bubble a guy out and then he sets up and blocks or runs vertical or something, or you have these guys block down and he runs under a flat and then it's a numbers advantage. So it's all pre-snap stuff. The glance route, which is what we're going to see here, is more as a vertical pushing. It's kind of almost a skinny post from there, bang route, whatever you want to call it. But it's you kind of hit that, and then and what you're doing, so you're getting upfield. So the quarterback hands off, and what you're reading is the conflict defender, which in this case is going to be him. So what you're looking at, again, with RPOs, the main goal of RPOs is make the defense wrong. Now, the Packers run a lot of pre-snap RPOs, almost exclusively pre-snap RPOs. This is a post-snap look. And what you're doing is you're gaining a numbers advantage, and you're reading this one man, this conflict defender, is who you're reading, and you're basing everything off of him. So if he stays back into coverage, so you've got the way this is going to look, this guy's outside leverage, so he's going to be there. So if he stays in coverage and he's underneath, that means you've only got 6 men in the run game. So you've got a pretty nice look here, and the Packers are going to be running kind of inside, split zone look with a handoff there and kind of getting upfield there. And so you're running this kind of not a power look, but split zone, inside zone off of a 6-man blocking scheme into a 6-man box. So you've got numbers there. So that's if he stays back in coverage. If he comes up to the line, that means you've got, this guy against a guy with outside coverage and no one else there. So that's the conflict. You're putting him in conflict. That's why it's a conflict defender. You're putting him in conflict. You're basing your decisions around his actions. Now, there's something interesting on this specific play I'm going to talk about. We're going to look at 3 plays today. 1 from this game, 2 from the Seahawks game. The 2 from the Seahawks games are way different. I want to start with this one just because it does. We talk about the conflict defender because that is important when talking about these. And again, so we'll get into something interesting here. So what we're looking at, Rodgers, you can see he never looks up. Now, generally what you do with these, again, it's conflict defender. You're reading this guy right here. Rodgers never actually looks at him. So this is what is typically a post-snap read off an RPO. Rodgers has determined this pre-snap. Maybe this is off of film study or something. This guy always drops down out of this look. I'm not entirely sure, but he never looks up. He puts the ball in the belly. This guy has cleared out, and so he's gonna throw the glance route. I'll look at it from the other angle here too. Right there, steps up, throws. Now that one's incomplete. So they threw this pass. They threw the glance route 3 times in 2021. 3 times. They dialed it up 9. They threw it 3, and he's 2 of 3 with this is the incompletion. So you can see, and maybe it's he's kind of inching towards the line here. Kind of look at that. Right there, he's inching towards the line, and Lazard's going to be kind of running in behind him. So he does kind of telegraph his intentions a little bit pre-snap. I'll get rid of that. But see how Rodgers never actually looks around. So you got the split zone look. You got DeGuara kind of slicing across. So here, we'll talk about that. You've got double team, hit him there. He's coming across, take on somebody. He's going to run up through there. So it's split zone, inside zone look. Rodgers never looks up. Put the ball in the belly. Turn around, look. He never sees. Quick turn. Really nice footwork. We'll run that one more time. Takes it. Fake. Turn. Toss. Really nice throw. Just incomplete. Just falls incomplete. So that's when you talk about like a post-snap read RPO off a glance route. This is what you're talking about. And like to run this off of inside zone, so you don't have a whole lot of. They're pushing up, but it's all kind of compressed in the middle. That's typically how they like to run this off of inside zone. The 3 times they threw this concept was off of inside zone. So now we'll look at the other times they ran it. It's against Seattle. Now we just talked about conflict defenders and how important that is to this whole process. There's no conflict defenders here. So this is going to be glance route, and what's going to happen, and we'll see this is. Right there, he's going to show slot pressure, and he's showing that before the snap. So Devontae is going to be uncovered, and no one really shifts over. So you've got that guy there. You got 54 who could maybe fall underneath there, but with enough time to adjust that route. This is what I got tagged as a glance route, but Devontae's uncovered at the snap. And you can see ball's not even snapped yet. Devontae's uncovered. He looks over, barely even sells the fake. You know, Ed Jones has nice wide hands there. Devontae's already looking back. He's not crashing. He's not falling over. Everyone's part of the run fit. Safety's staying back. The single high safety over Adams. So you just throw that sucker. Devontae Adams, 14 yards. So then the next one, this is the last glance route here. It's going to be roughly the same thing. Adams goes in motion before the snap. Now you've got here this kind of hip slot formation here. So you got DeGuara and Mercedes Lewis. So you're overloading the right. And you've got shotgun. You got him, Dylan aligned, out of shotgun next to Rodgers here. So what the defense will do in this situation is they're going to overload this side here. Because typically, and you can change this up, but typically what will happen is the handoff, he'll come across his face here. You build up, the little momentum you can get, and you run inside zone, usually split zone there. And so the defense will react by overloading the side that they expect the run to come to, which makes sense. Now what's going to happen off of that? So they're overloading that side, which means you have no linebackers over there. So again, glance route, I drew that too deep. Glance route there. He's going to show his intentions a little bit before he stays back. And unlike the last time, there is no linebacker there because he's in the middle because they're shading over the run, which makes this even a little easier. So he's coming there. Ball snapped. He's coming. Rodgers, you can see Rodgers looking up, expecting it. Sees that man there. And Devontae's just going to fill that space behind him. Throw the ball. Beautiful. And we'll look at this from the other angle because it's an 8-yard gain on 1st and 10 there. We'll look at this from the other angle because Rodgers, the way he will throw this, just his throwing motion is something you can't always replicate. So his feet, he wastes no time whatsoever. Feet are aligned to hand that sucker off. He doesn't reset. He doesn't do anything. That ball's just out. Feet lateral, just zip that sucker in. Beautiful. So again, this is something, this glance route read is something that I would like to see more of from the Packers, going forward, because I like the RPO game. I like the package they have, but we should be a little more attacking with it, which you can do with this vertical attack as opposed to a horizontal attack. And so I wanted to show these 3 examples of them doing it and being, fairly successful with it.